What's up, everybody? It's Paul Shakuri here with yet another video. And in this video, we're going to just openly discuss everything that you need to know about being humbled, but also how to increase your sales, not just because you're going out there as a grimy salesperson, but actually as a person who's not so motivated to go out there on a day-to-day basis, to get excited, switch that around. And I'm going to get you inside the mindset of why you're even going through that. So stay tuned and let's watch this video. Okay, so today I actually want to discuss with you guys, first of all, I want to let you guys know I'm actually going to be headed to a funeral. As sad as it is, it's also a time for me to reflect back on life in general. I'm married and I have two kids, two wonderful kids, and a wife that cares and also helps contribute to our family by doing her part so I can do mine, and just literally bringing that all together. So I want to get inside the heads of sales reps and let you guys know a little bit about what my personal beliefs are on being grateful. A lot of people take being grateful wrong with and again, this is my personal opinion, but just because I'm super grateful for what I have, where I'm at, and the ability to be alive, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to just kick back a few steps and not actually progress forward in my life, meaning creating more videos and going out of my way, or I'm super grateful to be alive, so I'm just going to, enjoy every moment by not pushing myself. That's not the case. When I think about being grateful, I really reflect back internally inside my head and think about all the positive things that that I've created in my life, but also that other people have given to me, and the opportunity that I have just literally being here. The way you can actually start being more and more grateful about what you have is by thinking to yourself, if you didn't have the things that mean the most to you today, what would that mean? What would that look like? And the way to do this best for me personally is when the world is actually shut off, which means I'm about to go to bed, and I really reflect back on that moment. People say do it in the morning. For me, again, I do it at nighttime. Other people do it in the morning. It doesn't necessarily matter when you do it, so long as you actually do it. For me, when I get up in the morning, I'm on the go. My brain's like, okay, what can I do today? It's goals time. What can I do today to take my business from where I'm at to the next level? Many times I do it at nighttime to prepare for the following day, but I'm not gonna lie, the majority of times I do it in the actual morning. So at nighttime, when I'm looking at my children going to bed, or I'm super, I think about all the things that have literally led me up to who I've become today, and I think about, what if that was all taken away? My house being paid off, where I can build out an actual studio paid off, and I'm not in debt. The skills that I've acquired from pushing myself in, over 12 years ago in door-to-door sales, that now I don't necessarily have to go out and do that. All the people who literally email me and message me, text me, call me and say, Paul, I want to thank you for everything you've created. Like, if that was all taken away tomorrow, the events that I now just get called upon to go and speak at, like, if that was all taken away from me, what would that mean to my personal life? Like, what would that mean in general, how would that change and impact my life? What if your family was taken away from you? Because in many countries that happens. And I know this is a touchy subject and some people take it for granted, because I used to be like, yeah, but that hasn't happened to me, and that's just something that people talk about. But I challenge you, okay? I challenge you tonight when you're in bed to get inside your mind and really get compassionate inside your heart and say, what if all that was taken away? What if I heaven forbid, overnight that was taken away from me? Because it's not until humans by default we lose something big of importance to us that it starts being more meaningful to us, that we should have, could have, would have, goes through our heads, okay? I need you all to be grateful for the things that you actually have, like your house, your bed, believe it or not, or food that you put in your mouth. It may not be the best of quality food that you put in your mouth, but the ability to actually be able to do that. Your skills that you currently have. The girl that wants to be with you, or that guy that wants to be with you. The opportunity that you have to go out there and actually make good money. The fact that you have and are able to wear clean clothes, like those are things we take for granted, but think about it. Think it through. If those were like taken away from you, what would that ultimately mean to you? And now that you actually start realizing how grateful and rich you already are, because without those things, you're not rich, you're not wealthy. It's time to say, okay, lock that in my vault of things that I'm grateful for, but now let me help develop myself into acquiring and having more so that I can teach, train, help others in whatever it is that they need help in, so that with the skills that I've learned, I can give that to others so that they can accumulate and have those same things and be equally as grateful, if not more. Because at the end of the day, that's like, what do we have, folks, in life? When you think about this, what do we have in life? You can go have the fancy cars, you can go have the fancy planes, and that's great. I want all those things too. But do you think about this? If you were to, heaven forbid, slowly be dying tomorrow, would your family care about all those things? Would you personally care about all those things? Some people, it's yes. For me, it's not. And that's great. I'm not saying don't go after that stuff, because we always have to raise the bar, but cherish each moment. At the end of the day, what we really have are those moments. And when you are a humble knocker and you go out there and you knock with humbleness, you still stand your ground, but you're actually looking at the customers in a different way. Knock, knock, knock. Hi, Mr. Prospect. How are you? You're the owner of the property. You start looking at that potential prospect as somebody who's of value to you, and you start thinking about, can this person benefit from what I have to offer? Meaning, if I were to install what I have to offer inside this person's house, or if they were to exchange their time, which is money, right? Because they go to work to accumulate this money, or they invest their money to get more money to give it to you. So if they go out there in the world and actually accumulate this money and hand it over to you, and you're in return giving them that with that transaction, you look at it as you're going to make transactions at the door. You're going to give what you have to offer to these people and take care of them. That's what you're focused on. With my MasterD2D.com program, I'm focused on getting people inside of that program so that they can better their future, better their lives, and in return, hand over their time to me. Think about this. Hand over, you guys are going out there, you're knocking on doors, you're cold calling, you're picking up the phones and you're dialing out. And in return, you're making money doing that. So in return, that's your time that you're going to reinvest and give to Paul Shakuri and his family, so that obviously I can help with the people who do my social media. I can obviously help with my growth and my family and my business. And it's that ongoing circle. So many people are fixated these days on handing over money because, and this is what your customers too, just to give it to that other person. I don't want to just give it to that other person. And in all reality, what you're doing is you're stopping yourself. And you're going to see an email within the next couple of days from when this video is posted. It was supposed to go out today. I sent it off to my marketer to kind of freshen it up. He's like, Paul, I feel you're a little harsh in that email. But I actually got a response from somebody who was telling me, hey, I'm going to grab your door-to-door mastery program, once I actually have a big enough paycheck. And for me, I asked that person and I went back and forth. I'm like, how are you closing sales right now? No. How long have you been working, knocking on doors? For, a couple of years he's been working. Okay, so in the last couple of years, you weren't able to accumulate, a small amount to invest into your future. Something's wrong and something has to change. For me, if there's anything that I've ever wanted to get better at, I wanted to get better at it in a faster period of time so I can excel at it, so I can get that out of the way and I can move on to what's next. And that's how you guys need to be thinking. If you need to be getting better at something, how much time are you putting into developing these skills? How many doors are you talking to? If you're not motivated and excited to get up every single day to go out and knock on doors, it's because the reason as to why you're knocking on doors isn't great enough. For me, I wanted to accumulate this wealth of knowledge, grow a thicker skin, and on top of it, make a bunch of money so I can reinvest it into different types of businesses. At the time, I didn't know what businesses it was, but I knew it took money to make money. So I'm grateful, once again, for what I've created, for what I have. But that doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to cap myself and I'm just going to hold myself. But what it does is it makes me and it holds me accountable to being honest, trustworthy, and make sure that everything I ever put out there is never a lie, cheat, or steal to try to take money from somebody, but to provide value in other people's lives, and they will comfortably hand money over to you. This day and age, you have to be, especially if you're doing social media, you have to be in the media over and over and over again, and then you're all of a sudden looked to as, the specialist in that niche, in that industry, because people will be able to read past if you're a fly-by-night or if you're actually caring about that space, because people want to learn from you in that space. So how can you take that to the doors? Well, the last thing I'm going to touch upon is you better believe you got to get as creative as possible and create marketing material. Think outside the box of when you're talking to these potential customers, how you can actually stay on top of them, and not just by calling them. That's one thing you got to do. Keep calling them, stay on top of it, saying, hey, I'm going to call you on Friday. They don't pick up on Friday, that's fine. Call them on Saturday. They don't pick up on Saturday, call them on Monday. Leave a message. Say, hey, all I needed was your email, and in return, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that message to you. Get that message to you over an email. Hey, I got to go. I have a meeting waiting right now with one of our developers, and to everybody, God bless you all. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and make sure you study and hound this information. And don't forget to leave me a comment how you feel about this video. I love you all. Until the next time, next video coming soon, probably tomorrow or the day after. Live with passion and be grateful for what you have. Peace. Talk to you soon. Hit the subscribe.